Hey everyone, it's Anna, Pipe Climber's girlfriend on his channel, and we're going to be doing a review of Spyro the Dragon on the PS1 and Xbox One. And the thing that I like about the PS1 is that you got the black and gray um collar to it, well the black and gray to it, because I guess back then they didn't have collar, and then you got the black back of it instead of it being, how it is today. And then with the manual, I like the manual because you got the picture of Spyro, and then the back of it is telling you about Crash Bandicoot. And then if you open it up, you got the Spyro tips and hints, and then the number that you can call for the US version and the Canada version. And then you have the number for the customer service and technical support that you can call down there or go to their website. And then if you turn the page, they got the whole entire PS1 setup and how to start the game. And then if I go and turn on it, then you have the whole PS1 setup and stuff. And what I like about the PS1 is it tells you about, shows you, the old things, and then like the gameplay, Insomniac games, and the startup to it. And then if I go over to my Xbox One and click on Spyro,
Did you find it? You
no,
find the actual.
you have Spyro, Spyro 2, Spyro 3. Why? And the old versions, you had to buy them separately. I don't know if you can see on the TV or not, but see, Toys for Bob. Why not show, Insomniac Games, the people that made it? Unreal Engine. And then a whole entire loading screen. Like, no. And then you got the voice actors from the old one, and the voice actors from the new one aren't really the same, except for maybe Spyro is the same. With I have a PS2 controller playing on the PS1, but back when the PS1 controllers first came out, you didn't have the analogs. You only had to use the D-pad and the left and right bumper to turn your character around.
And did you show like how it starts up with the old one versus the new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then with like the Xbox One version, of course, you have the analog sticks, and I don't think you can use the triggers to really, play the game. You have to use, these, and sitting there trying to do the different things, like in the artisan's world. There's that cliff with the gems that you have to jump, you have to get onto that hill and then sit there and try and fly onto the thing, but you can't really, do that unless you talk to a dragon. Because when I first started playing on the PS1 version, I had so much trouble. Then I went to go and talk to the dragon in the stone hill that told me, at the top of your jump, press triangle to drop. But and the new version, you just sit there and you just do it. Boom, done. Like
there's no fucking challenge.
There's no challenge to it, and not only that, but also like sitting there and having to find the purple magenta gem and Dr. Shemp on the PS1 version. You have to sit there and you literally have to turn your thing like that just for it to, go upwards. And you can't use the analog stick to, sit there and try and do it. Like, that's kind of what I liked about the PS1 version, because you can sit there and you got more challenge to it. And the Xbox One version, or PS4 version, PS5 version, whatever you have, it's not as challenging, and it's not only is it not as challenging, but it's fun, but not as fun as it was when you were a kid. Like, there would be times when you were a kid that you couldn't, sit there and get to a certain point in a game where you get so mad that you just throw your controller and you just want to throw a fit because you can't, sit there and do this part. But in the new one, it's so easy. You sit there and you're like, huh, wow. When I was a kid, that was so hard. But now, it's so easy. Like, why aren't they sitting there giving, people more of a challenge?
I would at least, if it was me, I would at least have the controls options to be like a more classic option versus a newer option. Kind of like how, like with Halo, the remastered Halo Master Chief Collection, and the original one in Halo 2, when you play it on that Master Chief Collection, you can play with the original graphics and you switch between both of them. Why can't you just switch between both of them in Spyro?
The only thing you can do in Spyro, the United Trilogy, is there's a cheat that you can do Retro Spyro and the trilogy. Instead of doing just Retro Spyro, why don't you sit there and have it like retro, where you can sit there and you can play the game in the retro version, and or play it in like the trilogy version of it. Like, there, like, you can sit there and you can literally add sunglasses to Spyro. Why? And the old one, why would you do that? In the new one, you can change his collar with cheats and stuff. Why? He is meant to be purple. And if you don't like, him being purple, then I'm sorry, but that's what, Insomniac Games came up with was a purple dragon, and not only that, but also the reason
Kinda.
why they made Spyro the Dragon is because of the fact that there was this game or show that was called Dragonheart that they, seen and was like, let's kind of, do this. But they made it, at first, they made it all dark and gross and stuff, but then they were like, no, let's not, make this game dark. Let's make this game for kids and everything. So they sat there and they changed up the whole style of it, and now it's a game that kids all around the world will love.
Yeah, but like out of all the things, I understand where you're coming from with the dragons being with Spyro being a different color and everything. But out of all the fucking shit that you could pick, the color, I swear, it's stupid. It's stupid. I would mostly complain about like some of the shit that you can do versus some of the shit that you can't do. Like in the old one, you could roll over. I know it's a stupid little mechanic, but like rolling over as a dragon is cool as fuck. I don't even think you can do anything with it.
Yes.
You can just roll over. In the new one, you can't do that.
Again, you can roll over in the new one as well.
Oh fuck. We'll
But
see. I don't know that much about
that's why I'm doing the video on it, because
it.
I know more about Spyro the Dragon, because I've played Spyro the Dragon when I was a kid. I know, that feeling of getting mad and wanting to throw your controller and having your controller be broken by your siblings from pulling on it and everything. Like, and not only that, but I'm not sure where my case is to the new Spyro, but with the case and stuff, the case literally looks like
A fucking
a
CD.
CD case. It opens up like a CD case and everything. You got the Spyro the Dragon on it, and then on the back of it, you got like the whole like thing that tells you about the game and everything, and that's what I like about it. And I was talking to my fiance about this, and I believe it's Clifftown with Enzo. If you guys played the game, you know who Enzo is. He's the dragon that Spyro talks to that asks what's on the other side of the river. Well, in the old version, he kind of sounds like an ass.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard him, but like, he sounds like an ass. He sits there and he will cross his arms and say, I don't know, why don't you find out? Like an ass. But in the new one, he seems, cool and, well, I want to say he seems cool, but he sounds cool. And in the Magic Crafters world, there's the very first dragon, Cosmos, or however you say his name. He sits there and he, in the old one, he rolls his tongue every time he says R, like, release the dragons and recover the eggs and recover the gems, but with like an R to it. But in the new version, the Cosmos dragon only rolls his tongue one time, and then that's it. Why? Sit there and add it on both. If you're going to sit there and you're going to do the voice acting on both of them, then sit there and make it sound, like, what it's supposed to, sound like. Give them the line, and if they can't, roll their tongue, find someone that can.
I would just at least put a little bit more love into what I'm doing.
And
Like, fuck.
yes, some of the, dragons may be old dragons. Like, I think one of the dragons was actually. What are you doing?
I gotta let Mickey with something.
What? Stay in here.
Okay.
Now, you're doing this video too.
Yeah, I know, man.
But, as I was saying, like, I think he's an old dragon, and he says, "Thank you for releasing me." And I'm not sure if he's in the new one, and it sounds, the same, or if he's like a younger version, or whatever. And Nasty Nork is not the same at all. Not only that, but also why. And I'm not sure if it's. I'm going to say this to all of them. Toys for Bob, Insomniac, whoever else. Why did you add clothes to the dragons? In the old version, there was no clothes on the dragons. They were dragons. They didn't have clothes. They didn't wear clothes. Why add clothes to the dragons? It's not like, they're dragons and you can, see their stuff. They're retro dragons. Don't add that. That, ruins it. You want kids and people to love your game? Then sit there and let them love the game on how they did it. How, they loved the game.
Yeah.
Like, that's what, I liked about the game at least. Now, that's, my opinion on stuff. There could be, your different opinions on how you see the game and stuff, but that's really all I have to really say about the game.
Man, and I appreciate all you guys for liking, subscribing, and watching this video. And I hope that you want to see more of this shit.